Hello everybody, and welcome back for another War Thunder Premium Aircraft battle. Pick this one up a little bit into the battle to save you guys a little bit of time of me traveling. I'm roughly overhead the A point, and I'm going in for the Beaufighters. This battle was from 20 June 2017, and this was just a couple of battles later after the Orange Crush video that I put out yesterday. You can see that on the channel if you're interested. It was a US tank battle. So I was working on getting some more money, because I was a bit low on funds on the channel. And I also had my final war bond task for the day was to have 2 first place battles in an air victory. So I knocked out the first 2 Beaufighters, overshot the third one a little bit, rolled out right towards that Spitfire, and when I realized he wasn't coming back, I turned around to go back in and finish off the 3rd Beaufighter, because I was after Silver Lions here, and a first or second place. And a great way to do it on Norway is to take out the AI. You get a huge score, and you get pretty good payout from it. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's still pretty tasty. And since that was what I was after, that's what I went after. And then right after I finish off the 3rd one, I line up on the most beautiful sight for a heavy interceptor. 3 B-17s going in. Lovely.
The enemy is taking the initiative.
And we've got quite a few aircraft over here that are all more than capable of taking B-17s out. And you notice that sound there. That was actually the sound of that destroyer getting taken out below me, and you can see it down there. The explosion from the torpedo from the firebrand, which I thought was pretty interesting, and then I realized, yeah, I suppose that from 12,000 feet up, you probably actually would hear a destroyer getting killed by a torpedo over the sound of a couple of piston engines. You actually probably would hear it. It might be muffled, but I suppose it was realistic enough. So there's also a Wyvern down low that just knocked out one of the, all that AAA at the base there. I'm pretty comfortably in first place, so all we really have to do is win this one, and I should be fine. There's the first B-17 down. I'm lining up on the second one. Another one has already been taken out, although he's not quite bailed out yet. So I'm just going to follow in behind this B-17 as I've still got plenty of ammunition left, and I know a pretty decent attack profile with the DO-335B2 on heavy bombers, on most heavy bombers, which I end up able to use in this battle, and it works really well. I'll catch up to him in a moment, but I'm going to leave the whole part. I'm not going to cut out any part of this video so you can see that the DO-335B2 is capable of making a climb up to intercept bombers at altitude. So just because they're up above you, don't give up. You can climb. You got to step the climb a little bit. But especially on a map like Norway, where the air is relatively cool at mid to high altitudes, you can wet for a pretty long time, and that really helps. As long as you keep your climb angle at a pretty reasonable angle, you'll be alright.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
Now, this B-17 wasn't doing anything to really get away from me particularly either, so that did help, but climbing up at got a pretty good speed. The other thing to keep in mind if you're going to climb up behind a bomber or even towards head-on to intercept one is don't get yourself down to stall speed in the climb. If you're going to do that, level off and build your speed up again before you make an attack. And if your engine does start overheating, the oil or whatever, back off and don't burn it out, because that's not going to get you up to altitude either. Back off the web, level off, build your speed up, and then when your engines cool off a little bit, you can hammer the WEP again and go into a more steep climb. Now he turned away, which brought him back towards me, which also helped out a lot, but still, when he sees me approaching, he turns away from me again. And here's the attack profile I'm talking about, from below 6 o'clock. And I know that I can reliably, with the guns on the DO-335B2, hit a heavy bomber target from about 1.2 to 1 kilometer out from right about this distance and this angle. This aim point, you'll hit him pretty reliably, as you can see. And I've done that multiple times on bombers with this aircraft. So bomber dealt with. I've got probably enough ammo for one more engagement, but I'm going to turn around and head back down towards the A point. I also never did see the third B-17 get taken out, but he did. As you can see, there are 3 enemies left. They're all fighters. You can see 2 of them up ahead, and the other one is the Firebrand. I couldn't think of what it was called for a second. The Firebrand that had torpedoed the destroyer is also still alive. So I was going to... I definitely had enough ammo to go and take out another B-17, but I wasn't about to dive until I knew for sure he was no longer up at altitude. So having confirmed that it is in fact all 3 fighters, no more bombers left, it's safe for me to lose some altitude, make a diving run on at least one of these guys. They're all engaged with friendly fighters, so I can kind of move in and make a boom and zoom pass with the DO-335, and hopefully take them off a teammate's tail and not steal them out from in front of a teammate. If the teammate looks like they've got it handled, I'm not going to shoot at them. But as the enemy boats are now at the A point, I've got to kind of hurry it up and make a run on somebody and then get down to A and start taking out the landing craft. Although, we do have an ME-410 who's working on them, and there is an FW-198 at the A point reloading, and he can probably realistically take off and start taking out the landing craft himself as well. So I'm trying to pick the Spitfire off our teammate here. He's doing pretty well on his own, evading. And I think the Spitfire overshot him a bit and then decided to climb back up. And he saw me coming, and he was able to pull a maneuver that I have no hope of matching. So I elected to just use my speed and the dive and just continue on downwards towards the A point and just disengage from that Spitfire and come back to him later if I need to. So our team finished off the landing craft, so I'm still have enough ammo to move in and wipe out that Firebrand if I get a pass on him. And also, here's a tip for all of you guys who may not know: if you're on the German and or Italian side in Norway and you lose the airfield but the British landing craft don't fully capture it, you still own the airfield. You can land there and you can repair and reload. And I'll demonstrate that in a little bit because I did it in this video. Just a quick check 6 just to make sure that Spitfire's not closing on me. He's not really. Tempest took out a friendly DO-335, and the Firebrand is running back for the carriers to land and rearm, or at least to escape and get to the AAA umbrella. So we've got 1 landing craft in sight. I'm going to use up what ammo I've got left on him and then turn around and head back to either head on with that Spitfire or land and rearm and refuel myself. I was right about to engage, and the TA-152 Charlie finally scored and took him out. So I'm on my way back to land and realize that this Spitfire is closer than the airfield is, so I'm lining up for a head-on with him because that's really the only chance I've got is to get him into a head-on. I'm certainly not about to outmaneuver a Spitfire, not one-on-one anyway. Get lined up, it looks like he's committed, and then he pulls a great maneuver here at the last second and turns within my move. And as I said here, they said he wants a head-on, but no, he most certainly did not want a head-on with a DO-335B2. He gets engaged with our teammates, and I'm able to roll, stay behind him, and just keep the nose just enough on him, just close enough to him, that I can just barely start pulling enough lead on him, and I'm able to take him out. Now, I wouldn't have been able to do that in a one-on-one by any means, but I was able to outmaneuver him because he had too many other enemies to worry about, so pretty safely guaranteed myself a first place there, and most likely we're pretty good on a victory. So it looks like I've got that war bond task pretty well, at least halfway done, because this was the first one. So I really need to land at this point. I'm not particularly damaged, but I don't have a whole lot of ammunition left. So I'm hoping that somebody will stay over the top of the A point and fly cap as I look up to discover, okay, he's actually not coming after me. I had a momentary heart attack there where I thought that He was diving on me. The firebrand gets taken out, which leaves only one enemy left. And one thing that I keep forgetting about with the DO-335B2 is how slowly the landing gear comes down. It nearly bit me here, although I did get the gear down just in time, but I did have to hold the aircraft up in glide just a little bit longer than I wanted to, which resulted in me bumping down rather hard as I was below stall speed. But a couple quick applications of the cannon brakes later, and I'm able to land with plenty of runway left. So we'll fade out here and resume the battle when I get back airborne again, and I'm heading back in to help the team with the final guy.
Heading to the base. Preparing. Reloading.
Spare you guys the reload and repair there. So I'm airborne, chasing him down. He's running for his aircraft carriers and cruisers. I make sure I'm trying to tell the team, guys, watch out. He's obviously baiting you in, although with four teammates besides me chasing him, one of them is probably safely going to get in and take him out before the AAA can get them all. And sure enough, Adora gets in there and buries him, and that is it. We win. Good work, everybody. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I don't have armor-piercing rounds, not that they would really do anything to a light cruiser anyways, but... Now, since I had 5 kills here, I do 4 victory rolls, because... with the 3 AI, there's a 33% tax on kills, so one of them doesn't count. So I only get 4 victory rolls, since I killed 3 AI bowfighters. But I don't care, because they pay just the same in experience and in money. So not too bad at all. I'll take it. And like I said, in the title, there's never a booster when you need one. Whether it was RP or whether it was Silver Lions, it would have been real nice here in this battle. But still, 60,000 and almost 10,000 research without any kind of booster, that's not too bad either. Though a 900% Silver Lion booster would have been pretty amazing here. I would have broken 1,000,000 lions in this battle. But I didn't have one. So anyway, there it is. There's the score. There's my first place on the team with 2 real players and 3 AI knocked out. There are the kills. The B-17 was a pretty good attack pattern. If you can fly that in your DO-335B2, you can do that to any heavy bomber, that same profile. And there's the awards, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I look forward to bringing you some more videos very soon. Thank you for stopping by and checking this one out, and have a great day.